The night was cold. The wind howled. It was one of those nights where the chills seemed to seep into your bones, and the darkness felt heavier than usual. The streets were deserted, and the only sound was the eerie whistle of the wind as it danced through the trees, making them sway ominously. Inside a cozy home, young Zan Gaudioso slept soundly, wrapped in the warmth of his blankets. His dreams were filled with the innocent adventures of childhood, completely unaware of the danger lurking just beyond the walls of his sanctuary. The soft hum of the night provided a comforting lullaby, and the gentle rise and fall of his chest was a testament to his peaceful slumber. Suddenly, a piercing fire alarm shattered the tranquility of the night. The shrill sound was jarring, cutting through the silence like a knife. It was a sound that no one ever wants to hear, especially in the dead of night. The family jolted awake, their hearts pounding with fear and confusion. The once peaceful home was now filled with panic and urgency. Flames engulfed their home, devouring everything in their path with a ferocious hunger. The fire spread quickly, its bright orange and red tongues licking at the walls, the furniture, and the memories that had been built within those walls. The smoke was thick and suffocating, making it hard to see and even harder to breathe. The heat was intense, and the crackling of the fire was deafening. Zan and his family managed to escape with only the clothes on their backs. They stood outside, huddled together, watching in horror as their home was consumed by the flames. The cold night air was a stark contrast to the inferno behind them. They were safe, but everything else was gone. The realization of their loss began to sink in, and the weight of it was almost unbearable. The fire took their possessions, their memories, their sense of security. The charred remains of their home were a haunting reminder of what they had lost. The once vibrant and lively house was now a skeleton of its former self, blackened and broken. The items that had once held so much meaning were now reduced to ashes and rubble. It was a devastating sight, one that would be etched into their minds forever. But amidst the devastation, there was a glimmer of hope. The fire couldn't touch the love that bound them together. As they held each other tightly, they found strength in their unity. They realized that while they had lost their home and their belongings, they still had each other. And that love, that bond, was something that no fire could ever destroy. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a light that can guide you through. The next morning, the sun rose on a scene of devastation. The once vibrant neighborhood was now a shadow of its former self, with the early morning light casting long shadows over the charred remains. The air was thick with the smell of smoke, and the silence was deafening, broken only by the occasional crackle of still-burning embers. The house was a smoldering ruin. What was once a place of laughter and love had been reduced to ashes and debris. The walls that had witnessed countless memories were now nothing more than blackened skeletons, standing as a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. Zan stood with his family, staring in disbelief. The shock was evident on their faces, their eyes wide with horror and confusion. They had lost everything in a matter of hours, and the reality of their situation was slowly sinking in. The home that had sheltered them, the place where they had felt safe, was gone. The enormity of the loss washed over him. Zan felt a deep sorrow that he couldn't fully comprehend. His parents tried to comfort him, but their own grief was palpable. They hugged each other tightly, tears streaming down their faces as they stood amidst the ruins of their life. His toys, his books, his drawings, all turned to ashes. The remnants of his childhood lay scattered in the rubble, unrecognizable and destroyed. Each item held a memory, a piece of his past, now lost forever. The sight of his burnt toys and books brought a fresh wave of tears to his eyes. The world felt cold and empty. Where would they go? What would they do? The future seemed uncertain and frightening. Zan's mind raced with questions, but there were no answers. The security and comfort of their home had been ripped away, leaving them feeling vulnerable and lost. Fear gnawed at his young heart. The unknown loomed large, and the fear of what lay ahead was overwhelming. Zan clutched his parents' hand tightly, seeking reassurance and comfort. The world had changed overnight, and he couldn't help but feel a deep sense of dread about what the future held for him and his family.
Amidst the chaos, Zan saw a flicker of strength in his mother's eyes. She held him close, her voice trembling but firm. "We're safe," she whispered. "That's all that matters." She wouldn't let despair consume them. She was a pillar of resilience, reminding Zan that even in the darkest of times, love could light the way.
As news of the fire spread, a wave of support enveloped the Gaudioso family.
Teachers, friends, and neighbors rallied around them.
They offered clothes, food, and shelter.
Strangers became helping hands, offering words of comfort and donations. The outpouring of kindness was overwhelming. It reminded Zan that even in tragedy, humanity shines brightest. Days turned into weeks. The once vibrant neighborhood was now a shadow of its former self. The streets, once filled with laughter and the sounds of daily life, were now eerily silent. The community was grappling with the aftermath of the disaster, each day blending into the next as they worked tirelessly to rebuild their lives. The pain of the loss lingered, like a heavy cloud that refused to lift. Families mourned the homes and memories they had lost, their faces etched with sorrow. The weight of the disaster was felt by everyone, but none more so than the children, who struggled to understand the magnitude of what had happened. But hope began to flicker. Amidst the rubble and ruins, small signs of recovery started to appear. Neighbors came together, lending a helping hand, sharing stories of resilience and determination. The community's spirit, though battered, was not broken. There was a collective resolve to rebuild, to find a way forward despite the overwhelming challenges.
One evening, amidst the rubble, as the sun cast a golden hue over the devastated landscape, a small, unexpected miracle occurred. A pair of emerald eyes gleamed in the fading light, catching the attention of those nearby. It was a sight that brought a momentary pause to the chaos, a glimmer of something precious amidst the destruction. The eyes belonged to a cat, its fur matted and dirty, but its spirit unbroken. The cat's eyes shone brightly, reflecting the resilience and hope that still lingered in the hearts of the people. It was as if the cat had emerged from the shadows to remind everyone that not all was lost.
It was Zan's cat, Charlie, a beloved pet thought to be lost in the fire. Charlie had been a source of comfort and joy for Zan, a constant companion in times of happiness and sorrow. The sight of Charlie amidst the ruins was nothing short of a miracle, a beacon of hope in a time of despair. Zan had searched tirelessly for Charlie, holding on to the hope that his furry friend had somehow survived. The days had been long and filled with uncertainty, but Zan never gave up. The bond between a child and their pet is a powerful one, and Zan's determination to find Charlie was unwavering.
The reunion was joyous, a moment of pure, unfiltered happiness. Zan's eyes filled with tears as he held Charlie close, the weight of the past weeks melting away in that single, beautiful moment. It was a reunion that brought smiles to the faces of those who witnessed it, a reminder of the power of love and hope. A symbol of hope amidst the ashes, Charlie's return was a turning point for the community. It was a sign that even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of light. The story of Zan and Charlie spread quickly, inspiring others to hold on to hope and to believe in the possibility of miracles.
Charlie's return lifted Zan's spirits, bringing a sense of normalcy back into his life. The bond between Zan and Charlie was stronger than ever, a testament to the enduring power of love. In the midst of the devastation, their reunion was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, love finds its way back. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, love finds its way back. The community, inspired by Zan and Charlie's story, found renewed strength to continue their efforts to rebuild. They came together, supporting one another, and slowly but surely, the neighborhood began to heal. The return of a beloved friend had sparked a new beginning, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit.
Section 6. Rebuilding lives, brick by brick, heart by heart.
With the support of their community, the Gaudioso family began the arduous task of rebuilding their lives. It wouldn't be easy. The road ahead was long and uncertain, but they faced it together, one step at a time. They found strength in their shared love, their resilience fueled by the kindness they received.
Section 7. The power of community, finding solace in shared humanity.
The fire had taken so much, but it also revealed the profound power of community. Strangers became friends, offering support and understanding. Zan witnessed the best of humanity in the face of tragedy. He learned that empathy and compassion could mend broken hearts and rebuild shattered lives. Section 8. Resilience, emerging stronger from the ashes. Through it all, Zan discovered a resilience he never knew he possessed. He learned that even in the face of immense loss, the human spirit could endure. He learned the importance of cherishing loved ones, the power of hope, and the unwavering strength that comes from community. Section 9. A house is not a home, it's the people we share it with. The fire taught Zan a valuable lesson. A house is not a home. Home is where love resides, where family gathers, where memories are made. It's a feeling of belonging, of safety, of unwavering support, and that no fire could ever take away.